Very good afternoon to all. Welcome to our weekly TallyCA Connect. Our today's topic of discussion should be fun, and we are looking forward to a very interactive session. And the topic for today is how to implement TallyPrime in real life scenarios. We'll be covering the service industry in particular. Our expert for today is CA Anand Paurana. And I'm sure Anand sir needs no introduction. I would like to give a brief introduction for the people who don't. Anand sir is a chartered accountant with 18 years of experience. He specializes in audit, management consultancy, tally training, and tally implementation. He has also launched his own tally training platform known as TallyPathy. We are proud that CA Anand Paurana is a tally evangelist. I welcome you, sir. Thank you for taking out time from your very busy schedule. Over to you.
Thank you, Komal. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here and speaking on the tally to all of you. So I will straight away jump to the session. I could see a very limited number of the people here today. So let it be more interactive. That would be more fun. So this is a topic which I'm going to discuss today. TallyPrime for service industry. Now, why service industry? Because this is a topic which has not been touched upon by the many. People talk about how do we do for trading, how do we do for manufacturing sector, but the service industry is growing leaps and bounds, and we need to understand how do we implement this tally, particularly for service industry. So, Komal has already introduced me to you people. In case you need more details about me, it is on your screen, and my contact details are also on the screen. So let me begin this session by understanding what is the service industry and why it is different. Service industry is different because it does the work for a customer, and occasionally it can also provide the goods. Like in the case of the contractor who is doing the turnkey contracts, it can also provide the goods, but is not involved in the manufacturing. His service component, his income component, primarily consists of the service income. And it creates a services rather than the tangible objects. So that is what we understand by the service industry. Before I jump onto the subject proper, when I took this, I could have chosen the few features of the tally which can get implemented into the service industry. But instead of that, I thought, let me bring to the table my experience over the years where I have implemented the tally, few of the case studies out of that in the service industry, that how the different features of the tally has been utilized to benefit them. So these are the various case studies which I have picked up. There are 5 or 6 case studies. I may not go into detail about each of them, but yes, few of them I will go into real detail. And you are free to ask any question at any point of time by typing in your Q&A or chat box. I'm sure Komal will be able to moderate that and interrupt me. Komal, you can also interrupt me wherever you feel it's convenient. And it is relevant to the what we are discussing. So I'm going to discuss the case studies on the mobile tower renting company, then one event management company, turnkey contractor, service-based firm, how do they generate audit and MIS, and how do we leverage the customization for power. Okay, so before I begin, actually, this is the same quote as you can see behind my back. Mind is like a parachute. It does not work if it is not open. So when you are looking at the tally today in this session, please keep your mind open because I'm going to tweak certain features and the functionality of the tally to best suit our requirement, to suit the requirement what we are looking for, to generate the report what we are looking for. So maybe tally has given the feature in a particular way for a particular task. Maybe we may use it for something else. So please keep your mind open for this, and your suggestion, your feedbacks are all welcome. At the end of the session also, if any of you have implemented the tally in a better or the innovative way, or use some feature in a different way than what tally has designed, I would be really happy to listen to you, and it will be a really thought-provoking thing. All right. Of the mobile tower renting company, I will give you a background of this. For Telecom is engaged in erecting the mobile tower and renting it to the telecom companies. The ownership of the tower remains with the phone. Company's main revenue stream is the rental income, which it gives on rent to the Vodafone or Airtel or something like it. What company wanted to do? Company wanted to track the location-wise and the tower-wise fixed assets, including quantitative details. They are using Tally. Company wants to keep the track of the PO or the materials delivered or services obtained tower-wise and the material purchase should not form part of the trading stock as it is in the service business. So this is a brief background for you to understand what the nature of the company or what the requirement list was. And let me just show you in the Tally how it looks like. So my Tally screen is visible. Komal, if you can confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this is a for Telecom. So see, now the requirement here is that they want to track the location wise or the tower wise fixed assets with quantitative details. So what we did is when you create any of the fixed assets, so let me just, I've already created a data set for you. So I will just go to this. I've created a group under fixed asset called mobile tower assets. Okay. A ledger, and this is a ledger, and I've created all the asset item as an inventory item. So you can say power backup set or so let me just go to the stock summary and show you. So these are all the items: power backup set, steel routes, tower AC unit, there may be a transmitter or a receiver or the antenna. There are more than 40 items which goes into erecting a tower, including a civil work, labor job, and everything. So I've taken a few example here. Let's say these are the few item which goes in creating a tower. So I will also create one more item here. So I'm creating an item here. Let's say antenna under primary, and let's say it is measured in numbers. That's all. This is how I will keep on creating the new items, and there is one ledger which is being created. So let me just show you that ledger. Mobile tower asset, or you can also create the tower wise. Correct. I've kept it under fixed asset. All right. And if you see here in the more details, I've said inventory values are affected as yes. So this is what the trick of what I have used there. So inventory values are affected as yes for the ledgers created under fixed asset. All right. So when I do this, the moment I do this, the advantage is now I can leverage all the inventory features of the Tally to my use, be it a PO, GRN, purchase invoice with inventory, or a stock transfer entry, or a sales, whatever, wherever the inventory application is there in Tally, I can use it for my fixed asset. So let me show you the couple of entries here. I've kept the data sets ready, so I'll show you accordingly. So let's say a purchase entry. So this is a purchase entry, and I've purchased a power backup, and when I'm purchasing a power backup set, let's say I'm purchasing at a particular warehouse, my main location, my main godown. All right. So this is what I'm doing it. So this is, I can keep on purchasing, like I'm purchasing a normal inventory item. I will keep on purchasing this. All right. And then as and when required, I will shift this material from my main godown to a particular tower. So tower is also created as a godown or a location inside the Tally. So I will get the information about tower 1 has got this material lying there. All right. In effect, I'm utilizing the entire inventory model of the Tally for my fixed asset right now. I will come to the one or two questions which may be in your mind right now. All right. So, and when I pass a sales entry, it is just my rental income, nothing to do with my inventory. So it will not affect. Now, the moment I do this, so I've created one more item called antenna. So let me just pass one purchase entry for you to realize how it will look like. So I'm just passing one purchase entry here. So maybe say creditor, and I'm just saying the antenna. Okay, and I may directly deliver it at particular tower, or I may bring it at first at my location or a godown and then shift it to the tower. Let's say I'm directly buying for tower 1 here, and maybe I'm buying 3 quantities for this at whatever rate. I will keep on passing this purchase entry. Right now, it is not fixed asset, is not activated here. Just All right, so let it be. So I will pass a purchase entry there, and see, the idea is now when I go to my balance sheet, I will have the fixed asset as a single ledger, or it may be a multiple ledger, your choice. When I go to my stock summary report, it will give me the list of the item, and if I click on Alt F1, it will give me the tower wise. Or if I go into the location wise report, if I go to the location wise report, I can know for a particular tower which are the material which is lying there. Okay. Now the question will come to your mind. If I am utilizing the inventory model of the tally, it will definitely affect my P&L and the balance sheet. So there lies the trick. If I go to the P&L, if you see there is no closing stock. If I go to the balance sheet, there is no stock. So what is the trick? So tally has given us the option under F11. Here there is one option, integrate accounts with inventory. If I make this question as yes, and now go to the balance sheet and profit and loss, the effect of the question is it will start reflecting my stock in my PLN and the balance sheet. But in the F11, if I make this question as no, it will not affect my PNL and balance sheet. My stock will not reflect, and I don't want this stock to be reflected because this is my fixed asset stock. All right, these are my fixed asset. So this is the way I can use this feature of the tally, which is actually location, that is a go down feature, inventory feature, and the F11 feature. Combination of these three, I am able to track the inventory of the fixed asset, and although I'm into service business and there are no other inventory for me. Okay, so this is one proposition what we are discussing here. Now, so the important point is F11. Under F11, you should make this question as no. Now the question comes up, what if I am also doing some trading activity and at the same time I want to maintain the inventory of my fixed asset? Then how do I do it? So valid question. So let's say in that case, I will have to keep this question, integrate accounts with inventory as yes, because I want my trading stock to get reflected into my P&L and balance sheet. So in that case, you have to make this question as yes. But the problem is the moment I make this question is yes, even my fixed asset item will keep on reflecting. So again, there's one more trick. If you want to do both fixed asset inventory as well as a normal inventory, what you can do is for your fixed asset inventory, what you can do is you can go to the valuation methods by going into the alteration of the stock item, go to the costing method and make it as a zero cost. That's all. So what will happen is you will still get the quantitative details. You will still get the quantitative details of all the items. So allow me to just change it here and let me show you. So the moment I do this, my stock summary, I will still get all the inventory detail, even my location wise or my godown wise, tower wise detail. I will get which tower has got how many inventory. My P&L will not have a stock, closing stock, but it will not have a closing stock of my tower inventory or a fixed asset inventory. So this is the way we can modify the features of the tally, not modify, but use the different features of the tally to our advantage. So yes, that covers the first case study whereby we are able to track all the fixed asset item using the inventory features of the tally. Yes. Good. Has anyone used this kind of a feature previously? Oh, you are going very fast. Please go slow. Thank you for the feedback, Mr. Sunesh. What about the construction company? Sure. All right. Thank you for the feedback for my speed. I will definitely slow it down a little bit. Yeah. Sorry. Any question onto this first case study? You want me to repeat something? You missed something? Because I've done this few times in the past, so I know about this. Okay. You did not understand inventory versus trading. Okay. Let's say I'm also doing some inventory. Let me just go and pass one entry. That's it. I'm also buying some trading inventory. So let me just create. Let's say I'm also dealing in the mobile phones as a dealer. Okay. So and it's the main location. I'm buying 100 quantity. Maybe let's say some rate. This is my normal purchase and sale transaction. It is not my fixed asset. So I'll repeat to purchase. Out of this 100, let's say I've sold few of this. So let me pass one sales entry. Let me pass one sales entry. So I'm seeing the data. And I'm passing the entry for my mobile phones, which I'm buying and selling. Just sold it for, let's say, 10,000. So 70 pieces remains in stock. This is a normal purchase and the sales entry. Now, the proposition was, okay, let me just go back and change my valuation method for me to explain you exactly what I'm trying to say here. It was an average cost. So let me just change this to average cost again to explain you my point. So now, if you see, now I have a two kind of a stock. One is my mobile phone, which is my normal trading inventory, and all other are my fixed asset stock. Okay, all other are my fixed asset stock, and my total value of the stock as per the stock summary is 7,50,000. But out of this, only 5,95,000, that is the first item, is my trading inventory that should come in my profit and loss and balance sheet as my closing stock. Rest of the items are my fixed asset item. 1,55,000 are my fixed asset item. So now, if I under F11, if I keep this question as yes, integrate accounts and inventory as yes, then my entire stock will reflect in my closing stock, which is not right. And under F11, if I make this integrate accounts and inventory as no, my entire closing stock will vanish away. Even my mobile phone stock will not be available here. So what is a way out? So I'm saying now the question, I hope the question is clear now. Now I'm saying that under F11, make this question as yes, integrate accounts and inventory as yes, so that your entire stock appears here, let it appear, go to the stock and make all the non-trading item, that is all the fixed asset item, go to the alteration, go to the more details and make the costing method as zero cost for all of them. So what will happen is you will still be able to use all the inventory items in your inventory module as you are using. However, in this final report, in the final stock summary report, it will be reflected as a zero cost. And because it is reflected as a zero cost, my P&L will only reflect the closing stock of my trading item. I hope now it is more clear. Yeah. Okay. Okay. How do we distinguish? Yeah, it's very easy for us to distinguish. See, these are some basic things. So I did not cover it, but let me just say, how do we distinguish it? Okay, so mobile phone, I will go to the alteration of mobile phone and I will create an item group called trading inventory. I will create a trading inventory. And for all other items, I will create a group called fixed asset items. That's all. The moment I do this, it will reflect as a all right. So now, all right. Some people are saying do not pass the entry, but yeah, but for some explanation it may be required. Okay. Okay. Same method can be used in construction company. Yes, this can be used in the construction company. This can be used in any other way which you desire. Let's say you have a library in the office and you want to track the inventory of the which employee has taken out the books and who has returned and who has not returned. Go ahead and use it. No one stops you. Go ahead and use it for your stationery item. Go ahead and use it for your fixed asset item, your library item, your construction materials, anything and everything. The idea is to understand the three functions of the tally what I used here. One is that for the fixed asset ledger, which is in my case, I've created a ledger called mobile tower asset. I've created under fixed asset, but I have made the inventory value affected as yes. This is the first point. Second, for my all inventory items, I have created the inventory item under stock items. Okay, like installation and erection, antenna, power backup, or everything, steel roads, everything under fixed asset item. That is number 2. Number 3, I have also created a location for my different towers, or my different fixed asset. These are the 3 things what I have done. And the 4th thing what you need to understand is the function under F11, which is inventory, integrate accounts with inventory. If you make this question yes, your stock value will appear under your P&L and balance sheet. If you make this question no, your stock value will not appear under your P&L and balance sheet. This is the way you play around with the features. And the 5th thing I did is, if you have the trading item also and the fixed asset item also, how do you do it? There I played with the valuation of the inventory feature given in the tally. So maybe you will learn once you re-refer this thing. Yeah, construction inventory is for construction purpose, not for the trading purpose. Wonderful. You can still use it like I use it for the fixed asset item, whereby if there is no trading item, then you can make this F11 question as no, so your P&L and balance sheet won't be affected, and you can continue using it. All right. All right. There are a few questions under Q&A which is not related to subject, but I will try and answer that at the end of the session. Fair enough. So this was the first case study. Still any question left on the first case study? I'm happy to answer because I have only 4-5 case studies which I want to discuss. So we have ample time not to worry about this. Yeah. All right. Sure. So next, I will take up the next event management company. So I've taken the example of, let's say 7step is an event management company. This is a background. Main revenue stream is the event management fees. It views its business as a separate vertical. For example, wedding, product launch, corporate events, and so on. It wants to track the profitability for each vertical. So that is what they are looking for in the tally. All right. So inventory part we had discussed. So,
Anand, sir, a person is asking, is this feature available in ERP 9 also?
Yes, it is available in ERP 9 also. Why not? So this feature of the in the first case study, what I discussed about the stock valuation or location or the inventory items or the F11 feature, everything is available in the ERP 9 also. But my suggestion is, why don't you come to the TallyPrime? A lot of new features are coming in with a lot of changes happening from the 1st April, especially in the area of the audit trail and the e-invoice. So yes. I think Surinder Sindhu want to speak something. Komal, if you can unmute him. Yeah, sure.
Surinder ji, you can speak now if you have a query.
I think it may be by error. All right, let's go ahead with the second case study. This recording will anyway be available to all of you, and I had given my contact detail at the beginning also, and I will share again at the end. So any queries in this case study, you can definitely touch base with me either on the email or on the WhatsApp. All right, so I will go to the second case study, event management company, and it wanted to track the profitability for each vertical. I'm sure for all of your business, you view your business in a verticals. I mean, someone may say that my customers are my vertical. For example, I am doing the online also and offline also. In the offline, I am doing the local store also and the LFRs also, something like it. Okay. So you want to analyze your profitability for these verticals, and how do you do it? So that is what the question is. Right. All right. So a lot of question on the audit trail. I will answer this at the end. Please be with me, because this is not for what this session is today. but still I will answer that. Okay. So how do we do this? So let me again come back to Tally. Tally has a beautiful feature called cost center. You can utilize the concept of the cost center and do this profitability tracking for yourself. So let me just show you how do we create the cost center. You can go to the create menu and just say cost center, and you will be able to create this cost center. I have already created few cost center here. So I'm going to show you. I have created the 3 cost center here: weddings, product launch, and corporate events. So these are the 3 cost center I have created: wedding, product launch, and corporate events. And I've created one income ledger, which is event management fees for me. It is a sales account. The moment I create a ledger under event management fees sales account, I will go on the right hand side, more details. I will click here and I will make cost center applicability as yes. This is what the crux is. I'll make the cost center applicability as yes to my all the income and expense ledger. When I want to track the vertical by profitability, this is what I will do. Now on, whatever entries I am passing, so I will show you the few of the entries which I have passed. So whatever sales entry I am passing, okay, so this is a simple entry whereby I will charge the event management fee of 35 lakh rupees to Mr. Anil Jain. So I will just run through the entry. And after this window, there will be a window for the cost allocation, which is I have selected as a weddings. Remember, this is my cost center. This is my cost center. Likewise, in the next entry, I have selected as a product launch, and so on and so forth. I can keep on passing the entry, and I can also keep on passing the entry for expenses. Let's say I've done some expenses. Again, while creating the expenses, I have to go to the more detail and say cost center applicable as yes. This is what you have to remember. If you want to track the profitability, make all the income and expense ledger while creating or alteration, make this question cost center applicability as yes. The moment you do this, while passing the entry, any entry, Tally will ask you what is a cost center and you have to select that cost center. That's all. The moment you do this, let me just create 1 or 2 more expense ledger right now and pass the entry. So let me say I'm creating the expense ledger, maybe say conveyance, and it is my indirect expenses plus. But please remember, the question of the cost center doesn't come here in TallyPrime. It was coming on this screen in the Tally ERP9, but in the TallyPrime it is relocated at the more details. So I go to the more details and say cost center as applicable as yes. That's all. The moment I do this, so I've created a conveyance ledger. Now, whenever I'm passing any entry which hits the conveyance ledger, let's say I'm passing a payment entry, and maybe I'm doing a payment directly in the cash. The moment I hit the conveyance and I type some amount, it will definitely ask me what is a cost allocation. Okay, so if I know what is a cost allocation, I will simply type and the pop-up will come, or I can press spacebar and the list will come. Let's say I select for product launch. So at every entry, you are giving this additional information to the Tally that why this expenses or why this income was incurred out of which vertical. This is what we are doing it. Okay. Definitely, the moment we fill in this data, Tally is bound to give me a report. So the report, either you can see the report from the go-to menu, or you can go to the display, statement of account, cost center. First is a cost center summary. If I go into the cost center summary, it will give me for all the cost center at a one screen. Okay. And if I want to know the particular, let's say I want to know the weddings. So I will, instead of there, I will go to the display, statement of account, cost center breakup. All my cost center will come up. So I will say weddings, and it will give me all the income and expense ledger on the one screen with a net figure at the end. So I know that what are my profitability arising out of this. So this is a very simple feature of the Tally. but yes, very powerful. You can use it for your this. Okay, so there is one question: what if the expenses for the two it is common for two, then what? Okay, so let us take an example here. Let us take an example. Again, let us say I have incurred a conveyance expense and of 10,000 rupees, and out of the 10,000 rupees, 4,000 was for product launch and 6,000 was for wedding. Or maybe an employee has submitted his expense statement at the end, and I am able to bifurcate that. If that is the case, then I will do this way. So what I will do is I will again go to and pass the entry. I will say cash. I will say conveyance. Total expense of the conveyance was 10,000, out of which product launch was only 4,000. So I will type here 4,000, and wedding was 6,000. So till the time this breakup is not 10,000, I will put in here. And the moment I do this, so remember it is an entry of 10th April where product launch is 4,000, wedding is 6,000, total expense is 10,000. All right. Now, if I go and look at the P&L, P&L will be showing me 10,000 only. Okay. 2,000 was the earlier expenses, 10,000 I incurred just now, it will be 12,000. But if I go and display the report, display statement of account, cost center, if I go into the cost center breakup, and let me go to the product launch, and if you see here, conveyance is only 6,000. Entry is of 10,000, but out of that 10,000, only 6,000 is pertaining to the product launch. So if I go inside, it will be, show me that cost 2,000 was for product launch, and out of this 4,000 is for product launch. That's how it has come to 6,000. It will only show me the profitability of this business vertical. Are you good with this? One more example, or are you good with this? Yes. Okay, so one more proposition. What if it is a really common expenses and I cannot allocate anywhere? Let's say, for example, my office rent. My office rent doesn't pertain to anywhere, either wedding or product launch or the corporate events. It is an office rent. How do I do it? So there are two ways of doing it. One, if you have decided about the ratio in which you are going to bifurcate this office rent expense of, let's say, 50,000, then you can bifurcate, or you can also create one more cost center. Let's say the common corporate expenses. This is a cost center. All right. So now let's say I'm passing an entry of, let's say, rent, to be specific, office rent, and I make cost center as applicable. All right. Let me just make the GST as not applicable for our discussion purpose. So office rent is 50,000. When asked about the cost center, I will simply say it is a common corporate expenses. That's all. This is one way of handling the stuff. Now, when I look at the report, I'll go to the display, statement of account, cost center summary. So it will show me 4. One is a common corporate expenses, corporate event, product launch, wedding. Okay, so I know, yes, these are my profitability of the vertical, but this is a minus figure. Okay, debit figure. So this is the way I can know. Okay, or I can go here and find out what are my common expenses which I'm not able to allocate to a particular vertical. And if I decide to allocate this, I can go inside and alter this to say that, out of this 50,000, let 20,000 load be bared by the wedding vertical, product launch 15, and corporate event. It is entirely up to me if I want to keep the common expenses as a common expenses or want to bifurcate in some predetermined figure, predetermined ratio. It is entirely up to me. Okay. So I hope I have answered your question about the what if it is a more than one allocation of the cost center or a vertical, and what if it is a common expenses. So far so good. Yes. All right. So this was their wish list. So let me just come Next. So I'll try to explain the concept of the cost center through a case study, but let me just repeat the concept here. Although the name used by the Tally is a cost center, its concept is more like a profit center, and it is designed in a way to analyze the financial data with one additional dimension, and it is designed for your profitability report. Although you can always track your balance sheet also with this cost center, but it is primarily designed. The intention of the design was to track your profitability, as therefore I always use it for profitability mode. So I've already shown you the activation or entries or the cost center reports. Last point, cost center and inventory, I will take it up in the next case study. Please be with me. If there is any question in the case study too, please raise, because the next I'm going to go a step further in my cost center concept, saying that what if there is an inventory also and cost center also, then how do I do it? And along with the cost center, there is one more option in the Tally called cost category. Okay, so what is a cost category? So you remember here in my example of the event management company, I wanted to track the profitability business vertical wise. Okay, what are the profit of the wedding division, product launch division, or the corporate events division? Now, this is only one dimension. What if I want to track the profitability, one, business vertical wise, that is my wedding, product launch, and the corporate events. Also, I want to do the profitability location wise. Maybe I am present in the multiple cities of India, so I want to know how much profitability Mumbai has given me, how much profitability Ahmedabad has given me, how much profitability Bangalore has given me. Maybe Bangalore has done the 3 product event, 3 corporate event, and 2 weddings. Doesn't matter. I want to know the profitability of Bangalore. This is another way of looking into. And along with this, also I want to also know which partner has driven this event. Maybe I have the 5 partners. Each one handles a different event, so it's an event based. So now, so to say, I want to analyze my profitability in a 3 different way, apart from my normal audit and taxation, which comes in the Tally P&L. That's for statutory compliances. But for my management, I want to analyze my profit and loss in a 3 additional way. 1 is my business vertical, 2 my location, and 3 my partners. How do I do it? Then there is a concept called cost category. I will first explain the concept, and then we'll jump back to the Tally to explain you how does this work in the Tally. So here, this cost category is always used along with the cost center. It is to analyze the financial data with multiple dimension, and again it is designed for a transaction during the year. So let me just go back to the Tally. This data has only one cost category. So what I will do is I will go to the I will go to this and I will say cost. I will go to this create, and I will say show more cost category. Okay, so I'm going to Tally ask me, primary cost category exists by default. Do you want to alter the primary cost category or create a new cost category? Okay, so right now I am creating a new cost category called location. Please be with me for next 5 minutes, and I will be able to explain you this concept, location. Okay, and I'm going to allocate only revenue item, and I'm creating one more called partners. Again, that is under the revenue, and since now I have a 3 different category. Let me also rename the first one. The first one was the business vertical. Okay, so let me call as a SBUs or strategic business units, whatever name you want to give it. So what I will do first is I will go to the cost center alteration of all these corporate events, and if you see now there is a category coming in which is by default primary. I am changing it to SBUs. Just for my better understanding. Product launch also I am changing it to SBUs. Weddings also I'm changing it to SBUs. So my existing work is done. SBUs has been created. Now let me just create few more cost center, but this time I'm going to create the cost center as a location. All right, so let me take this example of the Mumbai, Ahmedabad, and Bangalore. All right, so I've created 3 location also. Let me create now the partners. Partner, let me say Mahesh is one of my partner who handles this. Then Pinto is my another partner. So there are only 2 partners. Okay, so now let me pass few more entries deliberately and pass this entry in the month of May to show you how the difference it will work in a different month. So I am first passing the entry on the 1st of May. Let's say again a conveyance expenses. The moment I post a conveyance expense and I say 15,000, it will open up the window. But along with the window, it will also ask me first the category. So first it is asking me which category or which business vertical you want to say. So I will say it is a product launch. It was a product launch for 10,000 and it was maybe corporate events 5,000. All right. Then which location it was. So I will say it was for Ahmedabad and which partner has handled this event. So I will say Pinto has handled this event. So now if you see, I am giving a 3 different breakup of 15,000 here. I am not passing 15,000 into 3, 45,000 entry. I am passing the entry of 15,000 only, but I am giving a 3 different breakup of this 15,000 rupees. The moment I do this, Tally will now be able to give me the report for SBU wise profitability also, location wise profitability also, partner wise profitability also. And these are just the 3 cost category what I've created. You can create 3, 4, 5, 10, whatever you want to do, but then you will have to keep on punching the data accordingly. So this is a conveyance. Let me pass one simple sales entry to before I close this section. So let's say Anil Jain, and I am doing the event management fees. Let's say 5 lakh rupees, and it was event was for say corporate event, and location was let's say Ahmedabad, and partner handled was Pinto. All right. That's all. Now I can go to the display mode report. Statement of account, cost center. If I go to the category summary, now if you see, there will be 3 category: location, partner, and SBUs. Okay, I want to see the, let me just change the month to May month to avoid any confusion. Okay, so now total there is a 4,85,000 profit in the month of May. SBU wise, this is a breakup. Partner wise, this is a breakup. Location wise, this is a breakup. And if I go to my PNL and see for the month of May, yes, this is a profitability of 4,85,000. This is my normal profitability, what I need for my audit and taxation purpose. But for my management purpose, the details are in the cost center report. I hope the concept of the cost center and the cost categories are clear. Any relevant question, you can always punch in on the chat or a Q&A, and I will be happy to answer that. All right. No question? Wonderful. This is a very, very powerful tool for the MIS reporting, where you have multiple verticals to. Thank you so much for this positive word. All right, let me just go back to the flow and say that what happens next. All right, Pankaj Chauhan has raised the hand. Komal, if you can unmute him. All right, Komal is not around, I guess. Okay.
Sir, I've already unmuted him.
Yeah. Pankaj, go on, please.
Pankaj ji, you want to talk?
Yes, sir. Sir, there is a question related to my, if I want to raise my sales or service invoice from Gujarat, and if I have selected cost category as Bombay, Bangalore, Gujarat, in Gujarat. So how can I just make my invoice in the, while GST number is different?
Okay, so thank you for that question, Pankaj. Now you are confusing the GST functionality of the tally and the cost center concept. See, again, I'm saying, but GST functionality is a statutory requirement. When you raise an invoice from Bangalore, you will, if it is a local in Bangalore, you will charge local CGST, SGST. If it is outside state, you will charge IGST. But even if it is a Bangalore event, it may so happen that you want to tag it to the wedding. I'm taking in my example, or you want to tag it to Ahmedabad because Ahmedabad has generated this event. Maybe this is a part of the larger event and Ahmedabad is generated. So Tally has given us the complete flexibility. I mean, that statutory part, you do it via the ledger and the ledger configuration. Cost center, cost category is an additional information which you are passing on to the Tally while passing the entry and generating the management report out of it. So there is absolutely no connection between the two, in a sense that you can use it very flexibly.
Because right now we have to open 10 multiple Tally data and raise invoices.
Yeah, so
there is multi-state functionality is yet to receive, right?
Yes. So that's a separately altogether a separate functionality in the Tally called multi-GST facility, which right now, if I have to say, the add-ons are available in the market. In the default Tally has promised to come with the multi-GST facility very soon. Okay, so but it has nothing to do with my cost category.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Fair enough. So that brings me to the next cost category and inventory. So this is becoming a little bit interesting also and complex also, if you say so. But I will try and
one more question is in the chat by Satyendra Bhana. If you can just go to that.
Yeah, in construction business, multi-sites are there. How we can handle it along with the inventory. All right. So I'm coming to the cost center along with the inventory in my next case study. So hold on, Mr. Satyendra. So just before I do that, just a small comparison between the cost center and cost category. Cost center is to capture only one additional dimension apart from my ledger accounts. Cost category is to capture multiple dimension. Cost center, you do only one tagging of the entry. Cost category, you do multiple tagging. And cost center can be used independently of the cost category. For cost category, you have to activate the cost center. So these are, I hope now the concept of the cost center and cost category is clear, and lot of MISs can be generated out of this. All right. So let me come to the next part of it. All right. The third case study, a turnkey contractor. All right. So let me go to that turnkey contractor. All right. So TK International is in the business of the raised flooring on the turnkey basis. The raised flooring value which you see on the airport or the mall, if you see the glass floorings are there. So if they are into that business, the company's main revenue stream is contract revenue. So it's a turnkey contract. So what is the wish list of the company? Company wants to track the project-wise profitability, including inventory consumption. All right. Sales invoice is of the service revenue only. Simple. We don't have to do much about this. Purchase include both goods and services. So now you understand, the moment someone says that I want to track the project-wise profitability, immediately the bulb goes on in my head saying that project-wise profitability बोलेंगे तो cost center use करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? So we will use the cost center functionality, but cost center concept was only applicable in the accounting. How do we do it along with the inventory? That is what the challenge is, and that is what the crux of this third case study is. That I will try to go slow. I need to cover a few more case study. If you have any question, Mrs. Sumir, please raise it. Please raise it. I'll be happy to connect. Okay. So I was saying project-wise means cost center. Now let's see how do I do it with consumption. Okay. So let me go back to the Tally. All right. So this is a company. So one, I have multiple projects. So those multiple projects I will create as a cost center. Clear till now? So I've created few projects. I will show it to here. There are 3 projects being created: project A, project B, and project C. One additional thing to remember, if you want to utilize the cost center with inventory, is that when you create a project, when you create a cost center, go to the more details, and there is an option here. There is an option here, job costing detail. Okay, you can make a note of this. There is an option here, job costing detail. Make this question as yes. I will explain you in a little bit what it is and why does it matter. So one additional information you need to remember if you want to use the cost center along with the inventory is that you make the job costing detail as yes in the more detailed section. All right, while creating the project. Second, step number 2, you will create the location or go down. In Tally ERP9, the terminology was go down. In TallyPrime, the terminology is location. So you will create the location. So I have created the location with the same name. Okay, I have created the location with the same name, project A. But when I create this location or a go down, I will go here into more details, and again there is an option of a job costing detail. I will enter this detail and I will set job or project for job costing. This is important. Now what you see on the right side are the list of cost center. Right now what I have done is, 1, I have created cost center, 2, I have created location, and the 3, I am linking cost center and location to within the Tally. मैं बोल रहा हूं कि प्रोजेक्ट ए कॉस्ट सेंटर है, प्रोजेक्ट ए लोकेशन भी है, और दोनों एक ही चीज, दोनों को मैंने लिंक कर दिया. How does it matter? And what is the impact of this? First, let us understand at a gross level. If I pass any accounting entry, I will select the cost center project A. If I pass any inventory entry like my stock transfer or a GRN or something like it, I will select a go down project A. All right. But Tally को पता है दोनों एक ही है. ठीक है. I have given the common name. You may give a different name also. Let me just try and explain you by giving a different name so that you are not confused into this. So what I'm doing is I'm going and altering my cost center first. I'm saying project A is a cost center. Okay, project A is a cost center और job costing detail मैंने yes कर दिया. Oh, why it did not get changed? Sorry. Project A cost center. ठीक है, पीछे लिखा है देखो cost center. Now I will go to the location और मैं उसमें पीछे लिख देता हूँ this is nothing but a location or a go down if I am using a Tally ERP9. This facility is available again in the Tally ERP9, but here I have said this project A is I will link it. Okay, now understood? ठीक है. You can keep a common name, you can keep a different name, absolutely your choice. Now I am showing you a few of the entry which I already passed to explain you the concept. When I'm passing a purchase entry, I've created my normal items, and this I have purchased in the main go down. Assuming I have taken the delivery into main go down, that's fine. So this is everything has come in the main go down. Raised floor, raised panel, hinges, and the glass door. Everything has come in the main location. All right. My normal purchase entry is completed. Now, from main go down, I have transferred it to a particular project. I'm transferring the material to the particular project. So there is a stock journal entry. Now, if you see, I have transferred this from a source main location to a destination called project A. All right, I'm using here at a location because it is an inventory entry. Cost center inventory entry में cost center नहीं दिखता है, तो इसलिए मैंने उसका go down select किया, location select किया. When I'm passing a normal expense entry, there I have selected a project A cost center because normal expense entry में जहां पे inventory का applicability नहीं है वहां पे मुझे go down नहीं दिखता है. ठीक है, so I've selected a project. I can keep on passing this entry and Tally gives me a beautiful report called display, statement of inventory, job work analysis, project A, and if you see my entire P&L in the P&L format is ready, saying that what is a sale, what is a direct income, what is the consumption with the opening stock, inward, outward, closing, what are the direct expenses, indirect expenses, and what is the net profitability. And this all comes in the default tally, in Tally ERP9, in TallyPrime. I know, bit difficult to digest for you right now because you may be looking at for the first time. I've done this for multiple times. So for me, it is like, ये होता है, मुझे पता है, मैंने किया है. आपको शायद इसको थोड़ा explore करना पड़ेगा. Come on, questions for this particular. How do I link with the cost center with inventory? You want me to repeat? You want me to create new? Because few of you had a question about going slow or particular question onto the linking the cost center. Komal, I think two of them has raised hand. If you can unmute them one by one. Sumir and Vanna madam. Vanna madam को unmute नहीं करेंगे. Just joking, Vanna madam. Yeah.
अरे आनंद, do me a favor ना, Alt G balance sheet P&L दिखाना.
Alt G.
Alt G P&L. हाँ. हाँ, हमें differential ओलू जे 7 96 અને ઓલું 8 15 એ how to analyze.
Which one?
You showed me profit of 8,15,000.
Yeah. So this is a demo data. I may not. This is only for project A.
बस એટલે we need to understand the main balance sheet will be displayed in 3 એટલે all 10 કરીને બધા if you take all the cost center in all 10 columns, will that give me 796? That was my some just simple question.
Yes, I will come to that. Vanna, it is equal. I will answer what she.
Okay.
Thank you, Vanna. Yeah. So what she's trying to say is that I have got this. By the way, Vanna is a very good friend and a co-speaker on the Tally. So she's anyway trying to add value to what I am saying right now. Thank you, Vanna, for this. So what she's trying to say is that when I go to profit and loss account, my profit and loss account is showing the 7,96,000. Okay. Now, if I go to the auto column, okay, auto column doesn't give me the option of repeating by cost center. But if I just go to this display, statement of inventory, job work analysis, any one job work, and I repeat this by using the job work, job or the project. Okay. This should technically total up to my P&L. Yes, it will total up to your P&L provided you have tagged all the expense and all the income. If you miss something, then it will not happen. That is where you need to take care of this. Thank you, Anna, for this. I think Sumir also wanted to speak something. Sumir, go ahead.
Hi, sir.
Yes, hello.
Sir, actually, you have shown everything. You are correct. For you, it is like bachon ka khel, but we have to go in depth to understand all these things.
Yes, absolutely, Sumir, absolutely. But this is what I wanted to show, that there are so many features in the Tally, so many power lines in the Tally, which probably not many people are using, and it can throw a beautiful reports. एक बिजनेसमैन को और क्या चाहिए, उसके बिजनेस को आपने वर्टिकल वाइज एनालिसिस करके दे दिया, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी दे दिया, मे बी पार्टनर वाइज प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी दी, और उसको क्या चाहिए? I mean, he will be more than happy rather than only complying with the tax and audit requirement. So this is doable, and this is doable in the default Tally. I have clients who are successfully running. So all the case study which I have taken today are all the live case study. There is nothing theory about it. I had implemented this, and it is running successfully year after year.
Yeah, actually, we want to place a control.
Yes.
Yeah, how many bags were coming in the store, then how much were released to the construction site.
Yes.
That's the, but for you, it's like.
Sure, sir. Sure. I understand. I'm on this session. Maybe I've done more than 500 sessions on Tally. So maybe it is very easy for me to say this is doable. For you, it may be, you have to go and implement this. But yes, Tally has started this wonderful initiative called Tally CA Connect, where every Wednesday we meet like this for 90 minutes. And one of us, myself, Vanna, and there are 50 more people like us who come and share one by one their knowledge, their way of doing the things, which can definitely add value. Thank you so much, Sumit. Thank you. All right. So let's go ahead. Yeah. Thanks, Vanna. I'm glad that it brings some clarity to you also, because that is more important. Yeah, if I'm able to add some value to the already a very well known speaker, that gives a great pleasure. All right, let us go ahead with the next section. All right. Oh, CA firm. Okay, so when I say CA firm, it may be CA firm, CS firm, lawyer firm, or any other firm which is doing a service and primarily providing the intellectual work to their clients. So the wish list was, how do I maintain a list of work received or completed? How do I maintain the list of work received? And sorry, it is a repetition of line, I think. Yes, list of work done but bills not raised. Detailed itemized invoice for the service rendered. Keep track of the client outstanding partner wise. Send one-click reminder to all selected clients. Keep a track of my staff visit to the client, or maintain a cash system of accounting as well as accrual system of accounting. So in past, I had taken the similar session of about 1.5 hours. Again, in the same forum, Tally CA Connect. I had given you the link here. So what I will do is I will just paste this link in the chat box if any of you are interested in learning more, because I don't want to repeat that stuff, and it is anyway a very detailed session. So any of you want to, the link is not getting pasted. Let me just.
I will send this link.
Yeah, please share this link, Uma. It will be helpful to them. Okay. All right. So let me just go back to the. I can take it up this, but this will again take a lot of time, and I don't want to. Is there a provision for warehousing the inventory at different locations? Yes, that is what we discuss. I mean, the go down feature or the location feature, as we call it in the TallyPrime, is the same thing. You can create the location, either a virtual location or actual location inside the Tally, and store the inventory different in a different warehouse. So yes, this is what is there. If anything more I can assist you with, I will be happy to do that. Thank you. So let me just go to the next. Some of the examples of the CA firm, Audit and MS. All right. Audit and MS. So although it is for CA firm, but it can also greatly help all the businessmen out here right now. So one is a balance sheet audit. Although Tally per se is not given anything called as a balance sheet audit, but yes, I will explain you what we call it as a balance sheet audit in our audit parlance. So let me just go to the Tally. Okay, so in the Tally, you can go to the display more reports. You can go to the analysis and verification in the data analysis. And here on the right side, if you see analysis and verification reports, if you click here, it will open up the reports. So first you select the balance sheet. Okay, what is different? It looks like normal balance sheet. No, but there is something different in this. If you go to the balance sheet by this route, there is something different. What is different? Let me show you what is different. So this is my balance sheet. Let's say I go to the sundry debtors here. Customer A, normal drill down feature of the Tally. But now when I come to the entry level, I can directly do audit from here. Okay, so I will simply say audit, verified, okay, not okay, whatever is the audit query. There is an entire audit module available inside the Tally, whereby the auditor and their articles can write the query inside the Tally. Client can respond to their query inside the Tally. The database remains within the Tally. No need to create a separate Word or the Excel file or exchange on the email. So this is a wonderful feature. And the moment you keep on doing this, please appreciate the moment I complete entire accounts or the entire ledger visible on the balance sheet. Similarly, I complete all the ledgers visible in the P&L. I have completed what is technically called as a balance sheet audit in my audit parlance. So मैंने balance sheet और profit and loss में जितने भी ledger थे सारे check कर लिए, सारे की entry check कर दी मैंने और मेरा काम हो गया. ठीक है. So this is what the wonderful feature is, balance sheet audit. For the smaller audit, you can definitely adopt this feature called balance sheet audit. Yes. Again, we have the various sessions taken on the audit features available inside the Tally, and lot of materials are available. So whatever session we take week on week, entire knowledge repository is available. Komal, if you can send them the YouTube link, you all of you can subscribe to the Tally Solution YouTube channel, and all these sessions are available there, whether you could attend or you could not attend. It's a wonderful knowledge repository available. All right. So again, the audit feature per se, what are the audit feature? How do we do audit? How do we do analysis, analytics reports? Everything is available there. So this I'm not going into all detail. Yes. Okay. So Venkatesh is saying she is not able to copy that link. Venkatesh, just go to the YouTube channel of the Tally Solutions and you will be able to find this. Okay. Next wonderful feature of the TallyPrime is the Save View feature. How you can use it as a businessman, as a chartered accountant. You can use it for tax audit. You can use it for a business dashboard quarterly. I've just given a couple of examples. Let me just show it here in this. So now I'm saying go to Alt G. Now, if you see, there are so many saved view here. Now, this view I have created. Tally has not given me this view. I have created. I can go to any report, filter that report, change the view of that report, and save that. For example, let me just show you a simple example. Let's say I go to the ratio analysis. Now, this is a wonderful report available, particularly for the business people. Ratio analysis. Now, this is a ratio analysis. Now, let's say I do it for the entire year. Okay, and I click on the auto column, and let's say I put it as a quarterly. Where is quarterly? Quarterly. So it gives me a quarter on quarter report of my business. You know, how much capital is involved, what were the bank balances, what were the customer outstanding, what were the vendor outstanding, what were my sales for this quarter, what were the purchases during the quarter, what were the stock, what were the net profit of those quarter. A real dashboard kind of a summary. People now talk about the dashboard reporting. This is nothing but a dashboard report. Okay, so my GP ratio, NP ratio, operating profit ratio, my return on investment, return on so many information. But what I'm interested to show you here is I can click on the right side. There is something called as a save view. I can click on the save view and I can give the name I like. Let me say my business dashboard. This is the name I like. So I would say my business dashboard. So set this default view for the report. I'm saying no, let it be show additional configuration. Do I want to do this for all the companies in my computer or only for this company? So let it be for all the companies. Okay. The moment I am done with this, next time as a business owner, what I need to do is I need to come directly to the gateway of Tally or from anywhere. I will simply say go to, and in the go to, if you see, there's a report called My Business Dashboard. Okay. Now, I did not remember that time what was the report, how I configured, how ये मेरे पास वो report आ गया. जब भी मुझे देखना है, that report is simply available. Okay. Now for the auditors, similarly, you can create so many reports. Like you require the report of the cash payment exceeding 10,000, creator with a debit balance, quarterly cash flow, detailed trial balance. For example, a very simple one, detailed trial balance. Okay. Now, normally when you go to the trial balance in Tally, this is what is first view is available. So what the auditor will do is auditor will first press F12. We'll say opening balance yes, transaction yes, net transaction no. Accept this screen. Then again press Alt F1 for detail. Okay, this is what he does. But why don't you save this as a detailed view? And next time when you go here, when you go to this and say detailed trial balance, it will be available to you by default. You are basically saving few keystrokes, number one, and you do not need to remember every time what you had done last time. The report which you like last time is available by default to you this time. So again, a wonderful feature, wonderful. You can use it in a multiple ways, the way you like, but please start using this feature of save view. I hope it makes sense to you. Yes. Okay. Next, I come to the Ind AS or the IFRS reporting. So a lot of time the CA community wants to do the IFRS reporting. So what typically they do is they will complete their financial accounting in Tally. All the financial accounting are as per the Indian standard in Tally. Then they will take out the trial balance or the financial statement in Excel, pass the few more entries for making it Ind AS compliant or IFRS compliant. Okay, this is what they do. Now, I'm going to show you this in the default Tally. Again, this can be applied in a different way also. Just I'm saying you one of the ways. So again, let me come back to Tally. Okay, let me just go to the which is a company name. Yeah, all right. All right. So this is my normal profit and loss account. And let's say I need to make some Ind AS adjustments, some more provision entry I need to do. So what I've done is I have created one voucher type. Okay, I've created one voucher type called Ind AS adjustment. This is a name I have given. You can give any name which you like. This is completely up to you. This is completely up to you. Okay, so I've given the name Ind AS adjustment. I've created under journal voucher type, but I'll make this question, make this voucher type as optional by default as yes. All right. So I've made this question as yes. So what is the impact? Whatever entry I pass here will not affect my normal P&L and balance sheet. Okay. So let me show you. I'll pass few entry. Rather one entry only. Sorry. Okay. So if you see, I have passed one entry here, Ind AS adjustment. I have passed one entry, it's my normal journal entry, but I have passed some entry called ECL to provision for ECL. There is something called as an ECL. Those who understand Ind AS and IFRS will readily connect with this. Okay. So this was passed on the 31st March 22. So let me just go to the profit and loss account. April 21 to March 22. This is my normal profit and loss account as per my Indian standards. I want to now convert this to my Ind AS accounts. Okay, so first I'm going to the new column and type of the value to show. I'm saying Ind AS financials. If you now see, okay, this is my actual figure. These are my Ind AS financial figure. I want to keep only this column. I will come on to this column and say Alt D for delete. Now this is my Ind AS financial, which reflects my ECL entry of 10,000. Okay. So what two things I need to do? I can use this for my Ind AS reporting, IFRS reporting, or for my MIS reporting. Say for example, I want to do a quarterly closing in my company, whereby I need to pass a depreciation provision entry, but I will immediately reverse it next time. So here, what we have to do is, we will create new voucher type. This is the first step what we'll do here. In this example, I've created a voucher type Ind AS adjustment. I'm making this as optional by default. This is the first step I've done. Second step I've done is, I have created a scenario. There is a feature in Tally called scenario management. So let me show you that. I've created a scenario called Ind AS financial, where I said include actual as yes and also include Ind AS adjustment. This is the only configuration I need to do. Now on, I can keep on passing the entry in a normal way. Okay, if it is a purchase, sales, payment, receipt, I will keep on passing. If it is an Ind AS adjustment, I will go to the F10 other voucher and I will say Ind AS adjustment entry, and I will pass the Ind AS adjustment entry. If you see, status is by default optional. That's all. That's how I'll pass that ECL adjustment. Let me again pass ECL entry on 31st March for maybe say 5,000 more provision for ECL. All right. Now my ECL provision stands at 15,000. So when I go to the normal PNL, this is my Indian PNL, which does not include ECL. See, if there is an ECL, but the value is 0. Now I want to see the Ind AS financial. So I will simply say, either I can say new column. Okay, I can say, or I can say alter column. If I say alter column, it will be directly changed to the Ind AS financial. So let me just say alter column. And I'm saying Ind AS financial. Now, if you see, this is my Ind AS financial and this is my ECL. Correct? Alternatively, if you are an auditor and if you get the printout of a P&L account, and if something is written at the top, Ind AS financial or MIS report, please understand that these are not the actual financials. These are created out of some scenarios in the tally, some what if analysis in the tally, and has given you the printout. Okay, so this is what it is, Ind AS financial or a scenario management. Okay, so a lot of other audit and MIS reporting, there are separate sessions on the MIS reporting also. I thought about taking a couple of them here. Now, the various possibilities using the power of customization. So, for example, we were talking about the cost center and the cost category, and the Vanna madam pointed out that what if it doesn't tally with my total P&L? It will tally with your total P&L provided you have given the cost center tagging in each of the entry, cost category in each of the entry. Now, by default tally doesn't restrict you. आपने दिया नहीं दिया आपकी choice है, लेकिन उसको restrict करना है, उसको validation लाना है, you can use the customization services from your existing tally vendor. Customization primarily falls under the three category. I will conclude in the next 5 minutes and keep some time for the Q&A. It falls primarily into the three categories like workflow automation, MIS reporting, or integration with the other software. And few example of the customization can be auto email of the reports, vendor KYC automation, your NEFT or RTGS format, MIS reporting for parent company, business vertical wise profitability, maker checker, any, I mean, sky is the limit if you talk to me about the TallyPrime customization. That's all. That's what I had to share with you today afternoon, and thank you for sparing your time. I'm open to the questions. One question is pending from my side about the audit trail, which I will address shortly. Any other question you have? A great session, always worth it. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for this positive words. Always happy to see you around. Thank you so much. Yeah, Komal, we can have the Q&A if people have more Q&A, or I will jump to the next.
Yeah. To the audience, if you have any questions, instead of writing, you can directly raise your hand. I will unmute you.
You can also give your suggestion, feedback for this session, suggestion for the next upcoming topics, or the feedback for this session. If you do not have any question, yes, Sumir, go ahead. If you can unmute.
Yeah, I have an.
Learn this construction, which you said you have to go in depth.
Yes. Sumir, we lost your voice actually.
Now it's audible, sir?
Now it is audible.
Sir, you talk about that in-depth analysis for this construction. So is there any, how can we learn it?
So learning is two-way. One, Tally has given this everything in black and white along with the example in the help file, which is available into help.tallysolutions.com, or you can attend the sessions like this for you to enhance your knowledge, and I would say keep on practicing. I mean, you know, there is no alternative to practice, or there is no alternative to exploration in the Tally. I mean, you will find a lot of, even after doing this for more than 15 years, we keep on coming across new things in the Tally some or the other day. I mean, it's a wonderful one.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sumir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Poonam ji, you raised a hand if you have a question. Okay, she is no longer available.
Yes.
So, sir, I think we can conclude our session. We do not have. So before you address the mandatory audit trail question.
Okay, so regarding the mandatory audit trail, now we all know that audit trail is mandatory from 1st April 2022 and is applicable to all the private limited and limited companies as of now. So Tally has already worked on this. Tally is very soon coming out with the audit trail feature, which is called edit log in the Tally. Expect the release to come in the mid-March. We are already private to the information. We have already seen how the product works. rest assured, Tally will come in time and give you this facility. You have to be on TallyPrime for this purpose. It will not work on Tally ERP9 for sure. You have to come on the TallyPrime. So rest assured, Tally will take care of this thing.
Does it mean that Tally ERP9 will not have an audit trail and we can use that? Is it possible? No.
You can use the Tally ERP9 if you wish to use. There is no bar into that. You can also use the TallyPrime without audit trail, because as you know that audit trail is not applicable to LLP, partnership firm, proprietary firm and the individuals. So Tally has given this option. If you want to use a TallyPrime without audit trail, that is also possible. But if you are a private limited company, which you are for sure, I know, you have to use the TallyPrime with edit log, which is nothing but the audit trail for you.
Yeah, no, I was just also thinking that all these audit logs, if you look at some of the SAP B1,
Yes.
they already have the audit logs inside. Nothing can be changed.
Yes.
So in terms of though we may feel little uncomfortable, but there's nothing much we can do about it, because half of the industry already, like when they were using the ERP, there were no audit features in the ERP themselves.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So actually, it's just a mindset shift from the Tally. That's all.
Yes, and he has done this mindset shift. Not only mindset shift, Tally has updated his product and is ready with the complete audit trail and edit log module, and it is beautifully designed. Just wait for a few more weeks, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, for you to get the real glimpses of what Tally has done it for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, thank you, Anand. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, great. I really enjoyed talking to you people today. I don't know about you.
So I can speak on behalf of everyone. That is, the session was definitely interesting and a very interactive one, as I can see. So the audience who are asking for the videos, it will be uploaded in our YouTube channel. If you could not go through the link, we can go through a Tally Solutions page, and there are different playlists. You can open Tally CA Connect and all the 22 videos are there. So all the topics will be very useful for you. Do go and watch it. And so we are receiving very positive feedback that somebody is saying, enjoyed the session, powerful session, and a lot of thanks.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, sir, for
Thank you so much.
taking out time. Yeah, we will now conclude the session.
Thank you so much, Amir. Thank you.